Good, happy Tuesday morning. It's Tuesday, April 8th, 2025. I'm Riley King, and welcome to WRMK News with Riley King. We got a lot of news to get to on this Tuesday, so let's get started right now. First up, April brings big savings on home and garden essentials. Let's take a listen to that report from WMUR News 9.
Whether it's more spring cleaning inside or gearing up for good times outside, April is a great time to find savings.
This is the first full month of spring, so the offers we tend to see really center around getting ready for the warmer weather and spring cleaning.
Cleaning isn't all fun and games, but you can win the battle against dirt and dust bunnies by arming yourself with a new vacuum. Several retailers, including Amazon and Walmart, have deals on this wet-dry vacuum mop combo from Bissell. In CR's tests, this vac is best at dry pickup and removing stains from flooring. If you're tackling tough carpets, this Shark carpet cleaner is a great choice, and it's on sale at stores including Amazon and Best Buy. It scored excellent for drying and very good for both cleaning and convenience.
A lot of the outdoor items we typically see on sale this month are for yard work and gardening.
If you've been saving up for a new lawnmower to take your grass game to the next level, you can save about $1,000 on this top-rated 42-inch electric zero-turn riding mower from Ego at Amazon and Acme Tools. This mower is relatively quiet and aced all of CR's tests, and it has a steering wheel instead of levers for easier navigating. Once the hard work is done, it's time to grill and chill. You can get a hot deal on this small gas grill from Napoleon on sale at several retailers, including ABT Electronics and Wayfair. An all-around strong performer, it's sturdy and preheats quickly, so you can fire up some fun with family and friends. For the latest consumer headlines sent right to your inbox, sign up for our consumer newsletter. Just scan that QR code that's on the right side of your screen or visit WMUR.com/subscribe. You'll get product reviews, ways to save money, and warnings about the latest scams.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Dartmouth College doctoral student at risk of deportation after student status is revoked. Let's take a listen to that report from WMUR News 9.
Tonight, lawyers say that their client, is in legal limbo, and it isn't clear what could happen for him. WMUR's Ariel Metropolis has been working to figure out what's happening with this case and joins us now from our newsroom. Ariel.
Well, Tom, we're seeing this happening to students, international students all across the country. And from this lawsuit that was filed today, we now know that that student is a 26-year-old young man from China. His name is Xiao Tian Liu, and he's a second-year doctoral student studying computer science at Dartmouth. Lawyers from the ACLU and Shaheen and Gordon say that on Friday, he got an email from Dartmouth saying that they had, quote, discovered this evening that his F1 record in CVIS had been terminated by DHS. CVIS is the system that keeps track of international students in the U.S. Dartmouth told Liu that the system showed a message that said, quote, otherwise failing to maintain status, individual identified in criminal records check and or has had their visa revoked. CVIS record has been terminated. To be clear, he doesn't know whether or not his visa has been revoked because he hasn't gotten a notice to his email from DHS. Lawyers for Liu say that they don't know why his status would be terminated because he hasn't done anything criminally or participated in any protests. Right now, he's not able to do his work-study program, and he's facing possible detention and deportation.
Our client, hasn't committed a crime. He's just trying to live his life in New Hampshire, and it's regrettable that these actions have been taken against him. And it seems like similar actions have been taken throughout the country.
Now, we've reached out to Dartmouth as well as DHS and ICE, but we have yet to hear back from any of them at this point. We're live in the newsroom. Ariel Metropolis, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Man sentenced to 30 years to life in state prison for murder of a Manchester woman. Let's take a listen to that report from WMUR News 9.
Lori was a mother, a grandmother, a friend, a kind soul. and most importantly, in our lives.
But family members of Lori McClellan say that all changed when 56-year-old Robert Eastman stabbed her to death in her Manchester apartment.
I hope you are thinking of that day every day of your life, and may you rot in prison, never see daylight ever again.
On Monday, Eastman was sentenced to 30 years to life in prison after he pled guilty to the murder of his on-again, off-again girlfriend.
June 14th, 2023, the defendant killed his girlfriend, Lori McClellan, by stabbing her multiple times with a knife.
Lori's autopsy showed she had been stabbed at least 24 times. Then she was left in her apartment to die.
Given the facts, we believe that the proposed sentence is appropriate.
Eastman prepared a statement addressing Lori's loved ones one last time.
Lori.
Too emotional to speak, his lawyers read it for him.
I never wanted to hurt Lori, and as hard as it is to believe, I do love Lori. I hope each of you in some way can find some comfort knowing that I'm haunted by this every day.
But Lori's loved ones say they too are forever haunted.
The day she was cowardly taken by Robert will forever burn in our minds.
In addition to second-degree murder, Eastman also pled guilty to falsifying physical evidence and driving while certified as a habitual offender. We're live in Manchester. Isabel Litters, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that report. And in some light news right now, Moose takes an early morning tour on Keene State College campus. Let's take a listen to that.
When you shop in the Shaw's app, you can count on delivery in as soon as 30 minutes.
Take a look at this security video from Keene State College here. Watch this. A moose. There he is. Meanders into the frame and see him wandering down the street there. He's taking a little self-guided tour of campus. This is about 5 this morning. He's an early riser, or maybe he's a night owl staying up very late. This time of year, viewers are sending us more and more wildlife sightings. So if you see a moose, we want to see it too. Send us an email or send it in on the You Local Facebook page. So
very cool. Economics explain fallout from Trump's trade war. Let's take a listen to that report from CBS News.
Today, President Trump vowed there will be no pause to his wave of global tariffs. Despite the negative impact on the markets and the increasing uncertainty about small and large businesses alike, the president promises his tariff plan will revive America's manufacturing sector. For tonight's interview, we're joined by Josh Bivens, a chief economist at the Economic Policy Institute. Thank you so much for being with us. So, give us your assessment of this plan and its stated goal, which is to revive manufacturing in the United States.
I think if that's the stated goal, it's almost surely going to fail. Tariffs can do a lot of things. Tariffs can carve out effective protection and boost production in the U.S. for narrow industrial segments like semiconductors, solar panels, steel. But if they become across the board and they become really high, then the effective protection they're providing starts eroding. It's a little bit like the line from the movie The Incredibles, if everybody is special, nobody is. And so there's a bunch of reasons why the broader tariffs get, the less effective they are. And if you're trying to do a broad goal, like boost all of U.S. manufacturing, they really are the wrong tool for that.
If you were, and you will be, trying to figure out the places one would look to see if the promise, as the Trump administration says it's going to be revealed, is taking place, where would you look to see if manufacturing was picking up in the way they say?
There's a couple things. I mean, in the end, what you really want, or what I would really want, would be increased employment across the board in the entire manufacturing sector of the United States. If that's the goal we're going for, that should be the end goal. Along the way, things before you might see, before actual jobs happen, is increased investment in like manufacturing factories, building new like structures and things like that. And then finally, maybe an increase in the capacity utilization rate of the manufacturing sector. Are there idle factories today that are not running at full capacity that could be pushed up? I think those are the kind of things I'm going to be looking at over the next year or so to see any evidence of success on this.
What did we learn? What do you think we learned from the agricultural in the agricultural sector from the last round of tariffs when in the first Trump term?
I think we learned how limited a tool tariffs can be. I mean, I would say when I think about the first Trump term and the tariffs, the first thing I'd say is they were much more modest. I think it's really underrated what a radical break the tariffs of the past couple weeks are relative even to the first Trump term. Like 10 times as much value is being covered by these. The levels are much higher. And I think one thing we learned was agricultural exports in the United States are very important for that sector. And those exports fell as tariffs were imposed on other sectors, which is a very predictable thing. And we actually had to spend a lot of money to just hold a lot of farmers constant in the face of that retaliation and lost exports. And that's a real problem with trying to accomplish very broad goals with tariff policies. You're kind of squeezing the balloon one place, but the bubble's just showing up somewhere else. And so it's just really hard to accomplish those broad goals without doing some damage somewhere else.
In about 30 seconds we have left, if you wanted to help manufacturing, what's another way you could go about it?
I mean, the key thing for helping the broad manufacturing sector is reducing our chronic trade deficit, and the key to reducing the chronic trade deficit is getting the value of the dollar to a level that allows our exports to compete in global markets. In order to get that right value of the dollar, you have to do a bunch of macroeconomic policy. You actually have to do some active exchange rate management, but you also have to make sure fiscal deficits don't get out of hand, and that's a real problem with the big tax cuts coming down the road at us.
Okay, and there you go on that report. We will have all eyes on that and keep you updated when new stuff comes out and things. Let's switch gears now and let's take a look at the weather right now. And weather for today, cloudy with a mixture of rain and snow during the morning, high around 40 degrees, southeast winds shifting to the west at 15 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of precip 70%. Winds could occasionally gust over 40 miles per hour. Tonight, clear to partly cloudy, low 24 degrees, winds west-northwest at 15 to 25 miles per hour. And tomorrow, generally sunny despite a few afternoon clouds, high 44, winds west-northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Currently cloudy and 33 degrees right now. And let's take a look at your traffic now and see how those roadways are shaping up as you hit those roads this early morning. And looking at the traffic right now on 93 heading into Massachusetts, not too bad of a ride. A few little areas of medium-based traffic, but not too bad of a ride. 293, nice smoothing ride as well. Around the Manchester area, nice smoothing ride with some medium-based traffic. 93 around Hooks at Bow, Pembroke, and Concord, nice smoothing ride. And past Concord around Bosco and Canterbury, a nice smoothing ride on 93 as well. 393, a nice smoothing ride with a little medium-based traffic. Route 4, a nice smoothing ride with some areas of medium-based traffic. Route 16 of the Spotlight, nice smoothing ride as well. 95, a nice smoothing ride as well. And 101, a nice smoothing ride as well. And Merrimack Natural into that border, Massachusetts, nice smoothing ride there as well. That's a look at your traffic, and that does it for this edition of WRMK News with Riley King. Thank you for tuning in and listening. Have a great day, everyone, and goodbye.